Good afternoon, dear colleagues. I do really appreciate this opportunity to provide you a brief overview with the investment opportunities in the Ukrainian infrastructure. First of all, in order to encourage investment between our countries and to promote infrastructure projects, I think it would be appropriate to have the direct flights between our capitals, and this issue of opening direct flights between Seoul and Kyiv will be discussed tomorrow with my colleagues in the Ministry of Transport of Korean Republic. As you see from the map, Ukraine is a perfect hub, transit bridge between the European Union and Asia. We have a number of international corridors, ferry connection, railways, connecting the North European countries and Turkey, China, and further Asia. As you know, the Ukraine, and probably you know the success stories of Korean companies such as Hyundai in the railway connection, fast-speed train connection, and POSCO-DEO in potential port projects. So we have extensive network of railways, roads, river ports, seaports, and airports, which needs to be, which need capex, which needs to be capital repaired, and we need investment for these issues. So I will provide you some potential projects, investment teasers. We are currently in the process of the legislative reform, and we think that ports will be good options for the concession. Together with the EBRD and European Investment Bank, we prepare the feasibility studies of 3 small ports in Ukraine. For instance, Olvia port near Nikolaev, as you see it near Nikolaev, is one of the options of investment for POSCO-DEO. Interesting project. The feasibility study will be ready in September, and I hope we will start the tenders on concession this autumn. Port Kherson as well, small port, revenue up to $8 million US. Interesting because it's connecting to the river logistic, to the main river of Ukraine, where we have 16 ports, and we can transport cargoes from Belarus through whole Ukraine, grain export towards Black Sea. This option is considered by big holding port company Hutchison Ports. They are considering and applying for investing next month, and I think would be good project for container terminal. Ferry complex, gates for the so-called Silk Route, and this is the only one railway ferry complex of Ukraine connecting with the ferries with Turkey and Azerbaijan towards Caspian Sea. Very interesting. As well, the feasibility study is prepared by IFC in September, and we will open the tender. Yuzhny Seaport, another investment possibility for the Dubai ports, DP World. They are considering the investment project in this port. We are planning to privatize the biggest Ukrainian Danube shipping company, the second biggest river connecting to the Western Europe, Danube. We have a lot of opportunities in the airports. As you know, for instance, the biggest airport in Ukraine, which is state-owned and supervised by us, by Ministry of Infrastructure, is the Boryspil Airport. 10 million passengers last year, revenue 150 million as of 2016. Good project, big project for the concession. We can start even with sub-project as cargo terminal. Another state-owned airport is Western Ukraine, close to Poland, Lviv Airport. Interesting as well. 1 million passengers. Could be as well interesting for the investor. We have a strategy of development of the regional airports because we have 19 airports in Ukraine, and we are ready to put them into concession or to attract as well the loans from foreign banks at the interest rate which is close to the EBRD rate. So we are seeking the foreign facility at the rate of 2-3% annually. Roads, the biggest problem in Ukraine, and as well the biggest potential. Project number 1 it is Go Highway, connecting Baltic ports of Poland with the Ukrainian Black Sea ports. Gdańsk-Odessa Highway. Big project in Poland is mostly completed. We attracted the loan from the Polish government to extend the highway through Ukrainian border, and right now we're splitting several parts of this project because it's rather big, up to 2 billion euros, and attracting as World Bank loans, EBRD loans. And I encourage as well Korean companies to come to Ukraine and participate in tender because, for instance, Chinese company last year won 100 million euros project for construction of the part of this road. So the Ukrainian market of road construction is becoming very interesting. Kyiv Ring Road. It is considered as one of the first concession projects. We'll start because the project is really big. We'll start with first section connecting the Lviv Highway and Odessa Highway, two main corridors from the border with the European Union and to the Black Sea ports. So the first stage is 50 kilometers long. It's here. It's here. So it would be interesting tender for concessions. The amount, I think, will be $100 million US, the amount of the construction. Construction of the bridge. We have a big program on the bridge construction in Ukraine because we are lagging behind in the bridge construction. During 25 years in Ukraine was constructed only one big bridge across the Dnipro River in Kyiv. This one, the feasibility study was prepared by JICA, Japanese International Cooperation Agency, and we hope that they will come up with a decision this year and will track the loan for the construction of the bridge. The loan will be blended, 50% of the Japanese contractor, 50% of the local Ukrainian. The same scheme will be used with the Chinese Exim Bank. We are in the process of attracting the loan for the construction of the Kremenchuk Bridge across the Dnipro River, central Ukraine. The estimated construction cost is 330 million. Railways. As you know, good projects with Hyundai, and still we continue on. Last month was signed big contract for the local production of the diesel locomotives. It was decision by the government, and Ukrainian Railway decided to have the contract with the General Electric. Right now we are considering the same contract with, for the electric locomotives. So I think there is opportunity for the Korean companies to compete with Siemens, Bombardier and CRCC as well. We have interesting projects, connection of the Boryspil International Airport with Kyiv, but it will be done basically, we terminated the Chinese Exim Bank loan. It will be done by the costs of Ukrainian Railway itself. Railway connections, as you see, we try to provide more and more electrification with a focus on the western and northern borders of Ukraine. Last year we attracted 300 million euros for electrification of the southern Dolinska-Mykolaiv part. This is EBRD and the European Investment Bank loan. And we as well responsible for the postal services in Ukraine, and we have a number of projects with regard to the national post operator, which can be interesting as well as the cargo delivery, modernization of the truck fleet for the Korean companies. So I'd be more than happy to answer your questions. I hope that the Korean International Trade Association will provide you this presentation, and in case you are interested, just feel free to contact me. Thanks.